Hello, Evelyn Kennedy here. I was wanting to do a little introduction to why baby wear. Daphne Lou is asleep on my back right now, as you can see. And I guess I'll just start with my favorite thing about baby wearing. Daphne is a kind of a high needs baby, and she cries a lot, and she likes to be involved in everything around her. She always wants to be getting something done. And for me, obviously, as mom, that leaves very little time for me to do things around the house. So at first, it just started with I want to be able to get up and walk around. So I got my first wrap. I put her in a front wrap cross carry, and I was like, oh my God, I can do the laundry, I can do dishes. And so that made me feel way more relaxed that I could actually be getting things done around the house when you do have a baby that wants really constant physical contact. In addition to that, there is just the general positive nature of having your baby close to you. Humans are one of the only species that would ever put their baby down and walk away. If you look at animals in the wild, that's not how it goes. It's important to keep your babies close to you. But like I said, from a sanity perspective, you do have other stuff to do. So I guess for me, the most important thing was the convenience and having her close. Why I wrap specifically, as compared to using a soft-structured carrier like an Ergo or a Beko or a Tula or whatever, is I have a pretty bad back. I've got some arthritis problems. I also was a ballet dancer for a long time, and I think that maybe set me up for some issues. And the great thing about wrapping is that there's so many ways to do it. So for example, in this carry that I have right now, this is a Giselle's back carry with a knotless finish. And many carries just have these ruck straps here, so kind of like a backpack. And it's very similar when you wear a structured carrier. It's going to be, the weight is where it is, and that's how it is. With wrapping, I find that I can add a chest belt here, and that puts a lot of the pressure there. You can do different carries that have a chest pass that take a lot more of the pressure off. If you have one bad shoulder, you can do one-shouldered carries that put pressure on the other side, and you can flip them back and forth. And so that's been really great for me as compared to using a soft structured carrier. And then of course there is the sort of aesthetic side of it, which is something I think that anyone who baby wears can get pretty excited about. That in addition to the numerous colors and patterns, you're also looking at different sizes and different materials. So this is 100% cotton wrap, and there's kind of some discussion about how supportive 100% cotton is, and a lot of people say, oh, it's great with a younger baby, it's not so great with an older baby. A lot of people say it depends on the weave. So that's really up kind of, for you to figure out what you like. But I do have a hemp blend and a linen blend, and I can say that they do all have different wrapping qualities, but all of my cotton wraps wrap differently too. So that is a little bit about just kind of different things that you look for in a wrap. As far as sizing goes, every person can use every size. It's not like with pants or something, where, well, I'm a 2, what am I going to do with a size 16 pants? It's more so based off what carries you want to do. So if you want to do multi-pass carries, which like this carry that she's in right now, it goes over her multiple times in the back, and that does lend a lot of support, but it also takes a little bit more time to wrap and might have a little bit different pros and cons as far as that goes. If you like to use a shorter wrap though, like a size 2 or 3, you can do quicker carries. I've just recently started liking shorter wraps because I live in Seattle and it's November, and I didn't like dragging my tails all over the ground in the parking lot in the rain, so I started using short wraps. And because of the short wraps, I've been able to learn a whole new set of carries, and I don't have to worry about how long or short the tails are dragging my parking lot. So that's kind of another fun thing once you get involved in the baby wearing world. I guess the last reason that I found that I wrapped that I didn't even know before I got into it was there's an amazing baby wearing community out there. So for me, I was just like, oh, that's a really pretty wrap. I want one like that. And then you kind of start realizing and hanging out on Facebook and all these groups. And I joined the Seattle Attachment Parenting group, and I've met some really cool people, and they're people that have the same interests and they understand, and they think, oh yeah, this wrap is great and that wrap's great, and oh, have you tried this Carrie? And they're hip to the baby wearing. But just the number of people that I've just met through that as a mom, particularly one that works at home, is really important to build that community anyways. So I've been really grateful for the community that I've found in baby wearing. I guess the last little reason would be for naps. Daphne Lou is not a napping baby. This baby does not lay down and take an hour nap like some babies do. It will probably be her only nap today, and it's because I'm wearing her. If I put her back there, she usually will come down and just put her head down and have a little rest, and she'll stay there for a real length of time. If I don't wrap her, she will nap maybe 10 minutes at a time. So for me, that is the number one selling point on the baby wearing. I think I feel her starting to wiggle back there, so I'll wrap it up. But there is my introduction to baby wearing, and I hope that we can inspire new baby wearers and get everyone in, there she is, get everyone else involved in the wrapping world. So keep your babies close.